suffix UNG or ung nouns from German verbs. So, what are these ung nouns? First thing you need to note is that what they do is they take the base of a verb, and when you add the UNG suffix, it basically means it creates a noun that indicates the product or the outcome of whatever that action is, whatever that verb is. So one of the great things about this is that anytime it ends in the UNG, it's going to be feminine, so therefore the article will be D. So here's an example. We take the verb retten, which means to save. So the verb base of retten, right, take off the en ending, and you're left with the base, or the stem, is a ret. Alright, so to change retten, which is to save, into Rettung, which is salvation, you're going to add ung to the base. You're going to want to make sure you capitalize that, R, and then D. So Die Rettung. Sorry, only one R, but that's kind of how it becomes salvation. So to save becomes salvation. So some other fun facts you need to know. So besides the verb being closely related to the noun, besides taking the verb stem and adding UNG, besides knowing that it's always feminine D, sometimes you do need sort of a joiner consonant to make sure that it sounds smooth. So one example would be hoffen, which is to hope. It's not die Hoffnung, it's die Hoffnung. So every once in a while, there is some other consonant that's used to kind of make sure that the noun sounds good. The other thing is, because it ends in UNG, if you want to make it plural, it just has an EN plural ending. So Hoffnungen, Rettungen. So that's one other fun fact. The other thing is sometimes you have verbs that have that ELN ending. So one of the earlier verbs you typically learn is sammeln, like to collect stamps or to collect coins or to collect books. So sammeln, there's really no ELN taking off. So you have the stem, so sam, but it still keeps the L. It kind of basically takes out the E part and the N part, but you're going to keep the L. So it sort of acts as a joiner, but it's also kind of part of the end of the verb. So sammeln becomes die Sammlung, Seidlen, die Seidlung. So those are kind of left in there as part of the L. So that's something to watch out for. So not terrible, right? So what I'm going to ask you to do is to take these verbs. I think I had 11 or 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. To go ahead and make this chart. All right, so here are some verbs. Prüfen, meinen, aussiedeln, stabilisieren, warnen, Ernährung, verbreiten, bewegen, erholen, lüften, gründen. Take these verbs. If you're unsure of what they mean in English, do look those up. Of course, I do like dict.leo.org as a quick reference to check online. Take these verbs and make them a noun. Now, double check some of them. Make sure they don't need a joiner, or if they do need a joiner, you have the right one. And then indicate what is the meaning of it in English. All right? So, prüfen, I'll do verbally with you, becomes die Prüfung, and that means a test or an exam. So that one you are quite familiar with. So go ahead and pause this video and fill out this chart, and I'll check that later. Viel Glück, viel Spaß. Danke.